welcome to the Obviously Rare podcast. We are in for a treat today. This is a podcast that represents a nation of people that move a certain way, that separate ourselves from the rest of the pack. How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing out there? This podcast episode is going to be pretty intense, y'all. This is a Cassie and Diddy trial. But before I begin, y'all hit the like button, the subscribe button, and share button. Hit that notification bell so y'all know when I am dropping, y'all. I can't grow without y'all, so engage, flood my comments. I appreciate y'all. Those of you who rocking since day one, I appreciate y'all. Those of you who just found the channel, I appreciate y'all too. Booty. I don't think in the last 10 years, I can't just say it's dead. In the last 10 years, from eating butt to sniffing butt to going up in somebody, it's all about butt. But butt is not even a thing anymore, according to the Diddy and Cassie trial. It's all about oil and all type of crazy stuff. And we could throw Sexy Red up in there too. And the reason why I'm bringing this all up because this Diddy trial is absolutely absurd, and just let you know how crazy things are getting. Now, before I unleash all these details, my opinion, based off what I'm seeing, they both guilty. I think they're both controlled. If you're talking about from a godly's perspective, I think they're both controlled by lust. She wanted money and fame, and then I think she did sign up for this lifestyle, but I don't think she really understood what she was truly getting herself into. And that's a lot of things, right? Like these youngsters trying to join gangs, they have an idea. They go hard in the beginning until they really realize what this gang stuff is about. It's all about going up in other gang members' butts, right? When you get to the big house, killing and raping. That's all gang banging is. So, especially when she get behind the wall. So I think she voluntarily signed up for this lifestyle, but she did deal with this man for 10 years. Let's keep that at the forefront. She dealt with P. Diddy for the last 10 years. So let's get some drum roll action. I got a lot of evidence. Let's see. The first one is a video. Let's see what CBS is talking about. Give us an overview because now they're in trial right now. Hold on, let me get this out the way. Oh, there we go. Oh, you got these pop-ups. Let's bring this up.
As Dick Brennan reported, Combs' ex-girlfriend spent a second day on the stand at his sex trafficking trial. As Dick Brennan reports, the prosecution's star witness, Cassie Ventura, continued to make her case against Combs.
As you can see in court, she's very pregnant. She's about to give birth, but she's holding up strong.
Cassie Ventura's attorney talking about her second day on the witness stand, where she gave graphic and disturbing testimony. Ventura described so-called freak-offs, where she said Sean Diddy Combs directed her to have sex with male escorts and would also physically abuse her. A text she sent to Combs read, "Nothing good comes out of FOs anymore. You treat me like you're Ike Turner." Describe Combs' demeanor in court.
Combs is very composed.
We spoke to courtroom sketch artist Christine Cornell.
He's very self-possessed. You don't see anything bending him out of shape.
He doesn't get upset?
Nope, not a drop.
After this 2016 California hotel incident during which Combs attacked Ventura, prosecutors say he sent her messages. One read, "I'm getting arrested." She messaged back, "You are sick for thinking it's okay to do what you've done. Please stay far away from me." Ventura also told the jury that after they broke up in 2018, he raped me in my living room, despite telling him no.
It's a complicated story.
Criminal defense attorney Caroline Polisi says Combs' legal strategy depends on consent.
When you have instances in which there has been consensual sex, it becomes very difficult for prosecutors to point to enough evidence to show that it tips over the line from consent to illegal behavior.
Combs' mother and two sons were in court for the testimony.
See, going back to what I said, she signed up to be his girlfriend. She signed up for this lifestyle. She signed up to walk around on his arm. So it's kind of hard But that doesn't excuse him from doing what he just did, because all over the world, the entire globe saw him kick her in her ass in that hotel.
His family is very devoted to him. Oh, I think that he's just deeply appreciative of it. They hang around until after everyone has left the room so that they can, sign back and forth, I love you, I love you, I love you.
After spending 2 days as the prosecution's witness, tomorrow Cassie Ventura will be cross-examined by the defense. At the federal courthouse in Lower Manhattan, Dick Brennan, CBS.
And so as y'all can see, like, this woman just claimed that she was R-worded after the breakup. So this man been beating up. Now, do I believe that he R-worded her? I don't know, because how the hell he even get close to you? In order for somebody to, unless he kicked down the door, I don't know all the details, unless he found her somewhere, and he would have to be in close proximity. So did she, after the breakup, how was he able to get to her? So if y'all looking into all the details, they're just giving us an overview. How did he even get close to you if y'all broken up and you said stay far away from me? So it's a lot of iffy. And Cassie, she was all into them freak offs too. She said she was forced into the freak offs, right? So we got some more details right here. And it's crazy what's going on. Let's see right here. And this is just an overview. Oh, I get to this one first, because this is the one that actually takes the cake, talking about she was forced to have sex on her period and dudes were urinating in her mouth, and P. Diddy was just watch. P. Diddy would force her to have sex. Look at Cassie testifies. This according to people.com. Cassie testifies P. Diddy forced her into sex during her period and described an emotional, humiliating act. Hold on, y'all. We are in for a treat. And this is crazy. This is crazy work right here. Who wrote this? This is according to Danielle Botcher, Elizabeth Rossner, and Casey Baker. Let's jump into this thing. And remind you, she's pregnant right now. Cassandra Ventura told jurors in Sean Pitty Combs' sex trafficking trial that he forced her to have sex while she had her period. The Me and You singer is married to personal trainer Alex Fine and 8 months pregnant with their child. Told jurors on Tuesday, May 13th, how the hip-hop mogul forced her to take part in sex encounters called freak-offs that Combs often filmed. Ventura told the jury how she did whatever Combs allegedly asked of her, mostly out of fear. It was expected. No, she said, I was expected to have freak-offs on my period. Sean would expect it. I don't think anyone wants to do that. Combs, she continued, or one of the male escorts hired to have sex with her, sometimes would urinate on me during these freak-offs. When Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson asked Ventura if she wanted an escort to urinate on her, Ventura replied firmly, no, but there was no conversation. It was a turn-on for Combs. So it happened. Ventura testified she was choking because there was too much urine in her mouth, sometimes from both Combs and the escort participating at the same time. So what she's saying right here is that Sean Combs and the male escorts were taking turns urinating on her. Did y'all catch that? They were taking turns peeing in this girl's mouth, and she said it was so much urine that she used to choke. It was so much that she used to choke. Ooh, there's some nasty people up in Hollywood. Let's continue. Let's see. Johnson asked Ventura why she didn't say no to this. I was squeamish, high, and in a moment with this man, so that's what happened. There's not a whole lot of control you have with two men standing over you peeing. I thought it was obvious I didn't want to do it. After a freak off was finished, Ventura says she was left to clean up the hotel room they were in, which was usually covered in blood and urine. Oh, these people gross. I don't want to say too much because I'm trying to get paid off this episode, but y'all get the gist. Arrested in September 2024, Combs pleaded not guilty to 5 counts of sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution. So, oh yeah, on the day of the trial on Monday, May 12th, in Manhattan Federal Court, jurors saw a surveillance video of the hip-hop mogul beating and kicking Ventura in the elevator bank of a hotel lobby in 2016. Johnson told jurors in her opening statement that Combs is the mastermind behind a vast criminal enterprise he used to allegedly lure in women, drug them, and force them to have sex. And if you guys know anybody, or if you or someone you know have been sexually assaulted, please contact the National Sexual Assault Hotline at 1-800-656-HOPE. Y'all, this is absolutely nuts. And I'm gonna give y'all my opinion. I'm slow to react right now because I'm just trying to figure out what the hell is going on between these two. Look, at the end of the day, we all know P. Diddy's gonna be P. Diddy, and it looked like Cassie gonna be Cassie. This man R-worded. She alleged that this man R-worded her after the breakup. She was forced to have multiple guys run up in her while she was on her period, and P. Diddy and male escorts or strippers took turns peeing in her mouth, and there was so much pee she began to choke. Listen, it's nasty up in there. And then he make the girl clean up the room. And now I believe to a high degree, it's very tricky when she signed up for this lifestyle, but we did see this man. You know what's I believe he's gonna do some time because he whooped that girl in the hotel, man. He whooped that girl in the hotel. What we gonna do? It's there. The evidence is there. And it looked like she was unconscious, and he kicked her some more. And after he kicked her, after she was unconscious, he drug her back into the room they were in. And only Lord knows what happened once he got her back. Did he whoop her some more? Did he R-word her when he got back to that room? She said in that video, the reason she was running from this man. So I do believe that she was in a messed up predicament. I'm not saying she's totally innocent, but I think this nigga need to be locked up. That's my personal opinion. Lock his ass up, and she may have to do some time because if they're trying to get him on some type of RICO, they're trying to get him on running an enterprise to lure women and have sex with men and women. He's running a sex ring and luring people using his clout and his money and embezzlement. They're trying to get him for a whole bunch of stuff. But here's my thing. She was with him for 10 years. So wouldn't that make her an accomplice? Wouldn't that make Cassie an accomplice if she was there for 10 years? She was there for 10 years. So I don't know how she didn't see what was going on. How you not see what's going on, Cassie? That's why everybody's trying to figure. You've been with this man 10 years, and now they're saying that there was underage girls in there. So everybody's asking, within those 10 years, where was your antennas? Where was Cassie antennas? So just like she's being abused, she was allowing the abuse to go on too. And now people are asking, well, you were around when the abuse was going on with other victims. Did you help? Did you help this monster get other folks? Because he is a monster. Don't let this get misconstrued. This man likes men and women. And now they're saying he likes children too. And he whooped her ass in that video. Whooped her ass. That couldn't have been my daughter. I would have to find him. I would have to find him. And I would have to do him dirty. I would have to do him dirty. But I would also have to check my daughter too. Why are you still dealing with this man? right? So there's equal accountability. But honestly, I believe the way she ran. Now, this was a long time. This is 2016, right? They were together for 10 years. So we have enough intelligence over here. The Obviously Rare podcast of people that support me. I support y'all. The one we supporting each other. Y'all that come over here, y'all understand that we're a little bit intellectual over here. Let's do a broad spectrum. We know that this ain't the first time that he whooped her ass. This is not the first time that P. Diddy has whooped Cassie Ventura's ass. The way she ran looked like she was running for her life. And as this young lady was running for her life, he caught up to her in his robe. Think about this. He didn't even try to put no clothes on. He ran after her in his robe and whooped her with one hand, because his one hand was holding his robe, the other hand was whooping her. I mean, whooped the snot out this girl and kicked her in her ass, and then drug her back into the room. So he was abusing her. He will do some time for Cassie. Now they have all these other victims coming out. It is a whole mess. But these people, something wrong with them. Cause we gotta see what's the background. Why would Cassie get with a man like P. Diddy? Very beautiful, very talented. You wanted fame that bad that you would go through all of this? Do I believe he ever R-worded her? I believe so. But now they're saying that Cassie sometimes would order male escorts. They said sometimes she will order male escorts. There's a lot of he say, a lot of she say, and it's not looking good for P. Diddy. I'm gonna be quite honest. It's not looking good for P. Diddy. I think they're gonna get this brother on up out of here. I honestly believe if he beat this trial, this is crazy. But she already got the money, but it seems like she's the only one that has strong evidence against him. But like I said, when you are a broken woman can easily be taken advantage of. That's why back in the day, we don't have to meet pimps today, but that's why pimps will find these poor little girls, low self-esteem. They're coming from these raggedy households instead of this man building her up so she can be a bride, encourage her to go to school, encourage her to link up with other girls. Y'all can be roommates, cut that rent, get your money on. Instead of doing all that like a real man, he wants to pimp her. He wants to break her down even more, get her hooked on drugs so she can get ran through for a little chump change. Them girls ain't, not a lot of them girls, maybe in the prime, them girls making a lot of money, but unless you're like a top-notch escort, you ain't making that much money. Because so many girls doing it. There's so many beautiful women out here, even back then. So instead of building this young woman up, instead of telling this young girl the right thing, he gets off on having a whole bunch of guys run through her. He gets off on her low self-esteem. And I truly believe, a lot of people think because girls are beautiful, they have confidence. Most pretty girls have low self-esteem. And P. Diddy saw that. Most pretty girls have low self-esteem. And it was something about Cassie that P. Diddy saw. He's like, oh yeah, I can manipulate her. I can brainwash her. It was something about her. We got to protect our daughters. We got to protect our sons and daughters from these monsters. I don't know where her daddy is. I don't know where her uncle is. I don't know where her brothers are, if she have any brothers. But there's something in her background that's not right. No self-respected woman will be going through all of this, right? And let's say she honestly just slipped into the lifestyle of the rich and famous or the music industry. It happens. Everybody slip up. Where's her family? That's the thing I'm talking about. Where is Cassie's family? If all this is to be true, which I think most of it is true, in my opinion, because Tupac been trying to tell the world about how puffy he is. That's why Tupac was on his ass. See, P. Diddy couldn't manhandle and mistreat Tupac. Tupac was on his ass. Suge Knight and Pac was on Puff Daddy's ass, had him terrified. Right? Pac was on his ass. So it was something about Cassie, he saw that, oh yeah, I can get her. I can freak her out. I can trick her out. And imagine that she had to clean up urine and blood after it was all done. I'm like, this girl is messed up in the head. This girl is messed up in the head. And we all know he's messed up in the head. But at the end of the day, like I said, I believe this nigga is gonna be up out of here. And there's too many freaks and especially in the black culture. I want to touch on this too. In the black culture right now, there's a lot of this they're trying to normalize men getting ran through all these prison stories. See, prison stories, I like it when they're trying to encourage people to stay out of there. And I like how they tell the vivid story of how it's really being done by, like how it's really being ran about back there. So that's cool. But when they try to slip in, it's always, especially with the black men, they always trying to normalize everything that is evil: murder, gangbanging, robberies, criminal activity, not taking care of our families, not taking care of black women. So I'm starting to see more and more. All they're talking about is the rape and killing, and we all know that that's what jail is. But now, what I mean that they're trying to normalize, they normalize it through entertainment. Like now, I'm starting to see a lot of comedians. You know, they have been like Fleece Johnson was on like Desi Banks, right? Because if I'm Desi Banks, this man goes up in other niggas' asses. Why are you hanging around him? He's going around other niggas' asses, and all he's talking about is sticking his stuff in another man. That's probably the most horrible thing. Why? Just look at the prison movies. Just look at the story. It's horrible for another man. Your manhood. This is the thing that is connected to God. And Fleece Johnson gets off on taking something that is sacred, which is manhood, away from a man. So when you lose your manhood, you lose a large chunk of God, right? You lose your soul, you lose your manhood, and you lose a major connection with God. And this man is proud of it, Fleece Johnson. And then you got comedians having this man on. You got people laughing about it. Yeah, Ray J out there talking about do we laugh? Do we chuckle? Do we offer help? Acids are being taken in ways that can't be explained. And then Ray J, the singer, talking about he might come out with his own lubricant, Ray Y Jelly. This is a sick place. There's a lot of sick people. And shout out to all the parents. I want to give a shout out to all the parents who's raising their children in this messed up ass world, especially black children, black parents. Knowing that not only we being oppressed by white folks, we're being oppressed by our own folks. Two things can be true. White people can't stand us, want to make our lives a living hell. And black folks want us to be miserable and want to make our lives a living hell. So two things can be true at the same time. But y'all flood my comments. What do y'all think about Cassie giving such vivid details of what was going on in those freak-offs? And do y'all think P. Diddy gonna do some serious time? Do y'all think he gonna do some serious time? Another wonderful episode. I hope y'all gained something from this. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate every like, every comment, every share. Oh man, obviously Rare Podcast. We move different, baby. You know, we handle our business over here. We're gem, diamonds, emeralds, sapphires, all of that, rubies. Ain't nobody doing it like us, man. Ain't nobody doing it like us. Everybody just move aside because we're gonna bring something beautiful to the forefront. That's all that it's about. The gems that we drop, the perspectives that we drop, that's what it's all about. Doing beautiful things for the people that's hurting out there, uplifting people when they feel like giving up on life. Because every single day, devil's working hard to snatch souls. The devil's doing his absolute best to see people defeated. He's doing his absolute best to discourage people from loving God. So we got work to do over here. Our Square Podcast, we got some work to do over here. But y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. What goes around comes around, P. Diddy. What goes around comes around. 250 capital G, Our Square Podcast. I'm gone.